Coach, being located in the Music City, this building has hosted a lot of great music acts since its inception, but this is what she was made for, NFL football, and that's what we have today in Nashville at Nissan Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Tennessee Titans. On the ground, this is Rashad Penny. Space to maneuver at the 40 as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice game there. He juked him. The left side caught by Diggs. Pushing through tacklers at the 30. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Last play, they went over 20 yards. This time, they topped 30.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll run with Penny here out of the shotgun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson, and that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that makes the score 7-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Mariota and the Titans break the huddle. 1st and 10 at their own 22. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now an Eastern Michigan man, Darius Jackson on the carry. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield. and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
A good pick up there of 20 yards. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Throwing is Mariota. Trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. He was trying to get it to Rashad Penny, but it's going to be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Get that ball, King. Let's get that ball. Check 26, check 26.
The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Jackson from the shotgun. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And a return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10 at their own 16.
I'm coming for you. You mine. Deuce. No. One.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
One. Hey, switch gears.
To throw Mariota. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
One.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. He gets it to Brown, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process. On first down, Pollard. Pollard takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Mariota now from the 50. Man open left side is Brown. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 27-yard line.
And the Titans first down. First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
I got you, pump. Double tight, double tight.
They'll run on first down. Pollard. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Check the backer, check the backer. One. 3. Mike 52.
From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He was looking for Daniels that time. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out first and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On second down, here's Penny. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect.
And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. There for the sack, Everson Griffin.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Buzz. Max 22, Max 22.
I don't even know why this team's...
And now with the play clock winding down, a whistle and possibly a false start. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
49, check.
1.
On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And able to get a little more breathing room out to the 5-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. Here's Brett Kern now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Penny, a 1st down carry. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Mike 58 right there. Let's go, D. Big series right here.
Now Rashad Penny, and only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Set, ready. 15 on it. 15 on it.
I smell fear in that offense.
Shifts by him. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, when we go back to our conversation with the defensive coordinator, that type of a play was not a surprise to him. He expected trickery in this game, yet somehow his defense, they still took the cheese and got caught in the mousetrap.
Ready. Now the wood. Check 55 to Mike.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson going for it all. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Jackson going to throw again. And that'll incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw again is Jackson. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Dane Cruikshank. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
They're watching the film, and it's working. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
36. 3. 1. 58 from Y. Move.
Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
First down, Mariota. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Right there on the coverage to knock that ball away was Mike Hughes.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
A second down throw here for Mariota. It's caught right side by Daniels. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 35.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
They'll get 6 on the play, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. From the 29, Mariota. And Daniels has it over the middle. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 16.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On second down, it's Pollard. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
On third down, Pollard. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So on 4th down, here's the Tennessee field goal unit led by Ryan Succop. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they do get to 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. You got points, and now, as you said, they got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it.
But he's got a man, complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big play there just before halftime. 42 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Jackson to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5.
Here's Jackson to throw again. Flush to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
52, watch 52. 52's the mic. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. New mic.
Jackson will throw again. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Dan Bailey now for the field goal try. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And this one is right down the middle. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So good work there to get points just before the half as they add on to their lead.
As trite as it sounds, every little bit helps. That's exactly what they're going for. Anytime you get a chance to put points on the board, you take it.
And they didn't leave the other side with much time at all on the clock. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half.
Let's go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team, We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
It's going to be a long day. Slam, slam, slam. Show pilot, 64, weak.
They run on 1st down with Jackson. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 38. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the gun, Mariota. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it. One.
Alpha.
Mariota. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
From the 27, Jackson out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
1st down, Minnesota.
Let's go now.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. It's complete to Diggs. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He'll get 15 and a Vikings 1st down. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch, maybe you move some motion, maybe you put him on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better map.
Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Now Jackson. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, Jackson. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 41-yard line. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Jackson, and an alley to run. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. Touchdown, Vikings! John Ross, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Bailey got the extra point, and the lead is now 17-3. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Record. Switch it.
First down, and it's Pollard again. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Watch the curve. One. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right? Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. 58's the Mike.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Mariota over the middle to Smith. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
3. Mike 22. 22's coming, Mike. I'm coming, baby. Woo! Mike's 22. Go.
Mariota. And that will be incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive, that culminating touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Now it's Penny running right. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Back now in Nashville. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. So they'll run it again with Penny. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
It's always been funny to me, Brandon, when coaches always talk about on hot days like the one we have here. Well, it's hot for both teams. But when one team has the advantage, when one team is running the ball really well and closing things out, it's hotter for the defensive side, and they sag a lot quicker.
Yeah, they say the dog days of August, the heat we're seeing here today, dog days of September, and the advantage right now on the offensive side. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Jackson now. And it's complete. Thomas Rawls. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 41-yard line.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Check 43.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
You got nothing. Go. Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike.
And Jackson throwing once more. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. And this one is right down Broadway. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be there in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Come on now, let's go.
Take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not in a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points.
And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Good dash. Come. Watch that. Kill.
They'll run with Pollard.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Go ahead, baby.
Going to run again here with Pollard. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give him a lot of confidence to help turn things around. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. The Titans go. It's Mariota. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
That's good for the Titans. First down. First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
What you got, Heavy? Give me something.
Pollard going to try the right side. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Tony Pollard, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Titans were able to cut into that deficit.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
At the 24-yard line.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Jackson from the shotgun. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. 4 yards on the pickup, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On third down, Jackson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Dane Cruikshank. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
All right. One. Hey, let's get there. Check.
Following the interception here, Mariota looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver there was Jonnu Smith, but it'll be second down. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
Now Mariota. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. He was looking for Daniels that time, and it'll bring up third down. I guess they're in a situation now, fourth quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take. And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one. The Titans on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
3. 22's coming, Mike. Got one.
Mariota to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 16 yards there, a Tennessee first down. Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on first down. Here's Mariota. Over the middle here to Brown. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Mariota. It's caught on the right side at Smith. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Mariota now to throw on first down. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Jonnu Smith, the tight end, his intended receiver. And now it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
He's checking. Where are they, team?
They'll throw again. Mariota. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Mariota will need a big play after the sack as the Titans come up 3rd and long.
You. 58 to Mike, 58 to Mike.
Play action now, Mariota. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to get it back to a one-score game. Seckup's kick is good. And that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a one-score game at 20-13. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
So with under 30 seconds to play, this is the game right here. And the Vikings hands team able to recover. And that should just about do it. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of. But now it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Minnesota, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here.